We're going to learn a little bit more about type 1 errors. Let's refresh. A type 1 error is when we reject the null hypothesis when it was actually true. So what I want to know is, how often do type 1 errors occur? How often do statisticians reject the null hypothesis when it was actually true? So I'm going to rephrase that question in a statistics wording. What is the probability of committing a type 1 error? So let's take a look at what happens when we reject the null hypothesis. So if we're looking at a normal distribution right here, and we want to test with a 95% confidence level, this is a two-tailed test, so we see that alpha at 5% or 0.05 is split between the two tails. So each of them are 2.5% or 0.025. If I calculate a test statistic, so I calculate a z-score for what I think the mean is from my sample and compare it, and if it falls way out here in these blue rejection regions, then I would reject the null hypothesis. So the only time that I reject the null hypothesis is when it's in a rejection region. And so the chance of committing a type 1 error is equal to the level of significance, that alpha level. So in the picture, this is when alpha is 5%, 0.05. But if I did a test with 99% confidence, then alpha would be 1% or 0.01. And so the chance of committing a type 1 error would be 0.01. So it's really easy to calculate the probability of committing a type 1 error, because that's equal to the significance level, which we always set before we even run the test.